one's in the ditch. The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC wildcard game.
Taken at the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over.
They're led out by a former #2 overall pick in the draft from BYU, it's Zach Wilson.
Play action. Now Wilson. Right away, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score. And a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
We'll be singing in the shower post-game. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
Now the Jet offense about to take over as they head out onto the field.
And they come in as the 3 seed in this, very likely the last home game of the season for them, even if they win this ball game. But while they would have loved that top spot and the bye that goes with it, they're still in a pretty good position.
Well, they certainly are, and let's face it, every team knows if they want to get to the Super Bowl, they're going to have to earn it. And even if you get the #1 seed, you know you have to win 2 games against teams. They're going to be riding high after big playoff wins coming at you.
First carry for the Iowa State man, Breece Hall. And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
Here's the Jets punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. This is brought in at the 21.
Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards.
And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
And as we continually grade players, especially quarterbacks, how about this young man? 2nd year in the NFL, guided his team into the playoffs, and now he wants to show the world that they should buy in on him because he wants to evolve from that young quarterback to that true team leader that takes his team deep in the playoffs.
And the safety, Trayvon Merritt, up to make the play defensively.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris.
And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield.
That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
Good running right there. And this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances, and he picks up nice yardage on that one.
Now a first down carry for Harris. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Solid running there. And, CD, we hear so much about what it takes to win in the playoffs. Most people like to include having a strong running game in their assessment. And with this man in the backfield, this group has a strong running game without a doubt.
Oh, I absolutely agree with you there because in terms of yardage, he's a top 5 running back in the league. And in terms of impact on a game, not many better than him. And when they're flowing and he's carrying the ball consistently, they're tough to beat.
So after several rushes to start the game, Charles, they go to the air there and get a nice completion.
Nice mix-up on the play calling, right? Establish the running game, make the defense think you're going to do it again, and then hit them over the top. Now you've got them betwixt and between. They don't know which way you're going to come at them. And that's something you have to get ready for defensively because in today's NFL, teams will use their wide receivers on jet sweeps, end arounds.
moving back in the backfield and making running backs. Partner, this was much more of a tap pass, but effective nonetheless.
And I think both guys love it. If you're a quarterback, it's an easy completion. If you're a wide receiver, you get the easy reception and also a chance to try to make a play with your feet.
Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
On second down, here's the option.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
But sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw defensive end right in his face because he looked up and he was right there. Didn't even have a chance to get going.
They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down.
Harris running straight ahead.
And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there, 4th and 3.
But this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
Boswell's kick is good, and high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. Well, maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
Taking it about the 1. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive.
Ready.
Now Hall to start the drive.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly. That was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up. And the big fella stumped that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And check down complete to Hall.
And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. Here's the Jets punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he fields it cleanly. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They turn to Harris to begin the drive. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
After one, it's 9-0. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merritt. And the Jets are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. 23 yards, the final tally. Throwing is Wilson. Throw left side complete. That's Wilson. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
Ball again on 2nd down.
And maybe shades in the steel curtain here as the Steeler defense drops him behind the line again. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down.
On 3rd down, Wilson.
This pass out wide to Hall.
And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the 1st down. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
So Wilson runs off, and now they will go to the man they call Greg the Leg, Greg Zuerlein.
From the left hash, a 31-yard attempt. Zuerlein's kick is up and through. And they are on the board. It's now 9-3.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Najee Harris and the Steeler offense set to go to work once again.
He's been effective so far, over the 40-yard mark here in the 2nd quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football, and they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do.
And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47.
They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers. They're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Oh, and that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. 61 yards rushing for him in this first half as he has certainly carried over his regular season success into the playoffs.
1st down, and they go back to Harris. And he's got some space here. A solid stiff arm. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. 23 yards on the pickup there and a 1st.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to the end zone real fast.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers.
Najee Harris
taking it in from 7 yards away as his guys are able to extend their lead.
So the first drive ended in 3. This time they take it down and punch it in the end zone.
So that first drive felt like they were just gathering knowledge, didn't it? Just enough to kick the field goal on the first one. And the second time they put it all together and got it all the way to the end zone.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
From the 6. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Jets offensive unit ready to get going here. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly. Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10. At their own 24. He'll throw from the gun. Open man is Uzama.
Finding room at midfield. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
That one good for 37 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They go play action now. Wilson. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body.
Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Steelers are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line.
Partner, I think this will want to ride very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They'll start on the ground with Harris.
The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. It's brought in by Harris. Broke a tackle, but not much room there ultimately. Just up past the 25 and no further. So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs.
Ball at the 26, 2nd and 7. Straight ahead, here's Nwangu.
3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. In motion goes the tight end.
They'll go right back to Nwangu.
And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. They run for it with Harris. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first.
That 4th down decision, unconventional but effective. And they indeed come up now with a 1st and 10, a fresh set of downs.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
So we're...
A look around the NFL. We'll have to wait for postgame because we are moving right through halftime and on to the third quarter.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. And the Steeler offense ready to get going here in this third quarter. And they've been the better of the two teams through 2 quarters of play, much to the chagrin of this home crowd.
Yeah, this score is a surprise to a lot of folks at home, although not to my dad. He predicted the visitors would win. And maybe to the folks in the stadium, but you know who is not a surprise to, partner? This team with the football. They were very confident coming in.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
From the gun on third down. Weston able to find his man. It's Pickens.
His second catch in this wildcard game, and it goes for a first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
12 more yards for him there. It's a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps him.
Touchdown! George Pickens, 39 yards. And the Steelers continue to pull a surprise as they lead big here on the road.
And now the Steeler offense staying out there, and they'll go for 2. They're going to run it with Harris. And he's going to go down right at the line of scrimmage. The defense left him with nowhere to go, and the try for 2 is denied. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Here's the Jets offense now getting set to start off this third quarter.
Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10
at their own 23.
Now Wilson.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hall. Broke a tackle, but not much room there ultimately. Just up past the 25 and no further. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be second down.
And that's a good job there by the corner. And we do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with third down coming up.
That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
And give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they're working for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Here's the Jets punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential, but when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
On second down, here's Nwangu. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one.
We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. The Jets will bring in a nickel set here as they try to stop this third down. In motion comes the tight end left. On third down, here's Harris. And he's brought down, but not before picking up the first with a very effective stiff arm.
142 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time.
Now this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. And the Jets are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Lock it. Check. Opposite.
Ball again on second down. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. Another modest gain there on that one. And I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. This will be fielded at the 17. They'll score that a 36-yard punt.
And they will take over first and 10.
Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half.
Now here's another carry for Harris. He'll lose a yard there, and it's second and 11. And the offense moving quickly to the line. On second down, this is Harris.
And he'll push forward to the 37, gain of 2.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
To throw on third down, Weston. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 33. 1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's Steeler football, and they have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. Throwing on first down. Weston, he lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. They're still throwing the football here. Obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football.
They got to get to the 23 here on third. Operating from the gun. Weston. This one caught by Davis. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 15-yard line. It'll be a gain of 17 at a Pittsburgh first.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves and start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now.
To throw on second down, Weston. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Taking it in from 14 yards out as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Boswell for the extra point. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it was finished off on a 14-yard touchdown run. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
This fielded right at the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
New York set to take the field.
They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10.
Here's Wilson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Isaiah Simmons getting by the offensive line and dropping the quarterback. Well, he was really focused downfield, but there was really no viable options. The coverage was too good.
And the defense really quickened the tempo of that play with their pass rush because there was nowhere for him to go with the football. The only place he ended up, down on the ground.
And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. The offense on 3rd down tonight, a pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Here's Wilson. That's caught by his tight end, Uzama.
And he is going to have a Jets first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Wilson to throw. Able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. Wilson will throw again. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. I thought there at the end he may have had a chance to release that, but that pocket closed a little too quickly, and down he went.
Yeah, he was certainly trying to do everything he could to extend the life of the play, probably counting in his head 1, 2, and then he ran out of time.
And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A couple of first downs has the football position at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down. Wilson.
That one to the sideline, and a nice catch there. He stays in bounds, but a penalty marker is down as well. So roughing the passer penalty, never one that you like to see.
Not at all, and especially when you're in that final push of the season. You can't afford to get your quarterback hurt before the playoffs roll around, and we know they'll be here before you know it.
Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on first down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
To throw again on second down. Wilson. Throw left side complete. That's Hall. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 24-yard line. Now Wilson. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down.
Late in the game, he's certainly doing everything in his power to buy time for his guys to make a play, but in this case, he's surrounded, and all he has room to do is to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Throwing again on second down. Wilson under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line.
T.J. Watt able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening. The number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
To throw is Wilson. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
They have bucked the trend so far. Sterling performance to this point. On the road, no less, in the wild card round. And they look to finish things off here in this fourth quarter.
Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is second down.
On the give, this is Harris.
Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with third down coming up.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. They're going for it. This is Harris. And he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. He needed 2, but he doesn't come anywhere close. And the Jets are going to get the football here in great field position. Now Wilson on first down. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. On first and 10, it's Wilson. Eluding the pressure right.
And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. Second down coming up.
Now it's Wilson. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. One last shot for Wilson. Open man here is Conklin. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 16. They said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wild card round. Well, they just got past the wild card round.
How about that, being able to put the big check marks up in the locker room, right? Yeah, you know, get to the wild card game, check, got that done. Win a wild card game, big check. Now you've got to go ahead and set your sights higher. There is a bigger prize out there, and they still have an opportunity.